The disturbing, gruesome tale of Sweeney Todd is a haunting and captivating narrative that has intrigued audiences for generations. The story of revenge and dark desires has left an indelible mark on literature, theatre and popular culture. But who was this psychopathic demonic character? And did he actually exist? During the 1800s in Victorian Britain, public execution was still regarded as a spectacle. The crowds would gather in their hundreds and be given flyers describing the act in sordid detail that the perpetrator was accused of, and warning the public that this was not the path to follow, or the same fate would apply to them. Canny print houses at the time realised there was a market to be had from such sordid, gruesome stories, and came up with a clever idea to print a weekly periodical of tales and illustrations. These became known as penny dreadfuls. Costing only a penny, the poor and destitute could also enjoy a good old romp into the world of horror and the supernatural, where such legends were born as Spring-Heeled Jack, Dick Turpin, Varney the Vampire, and probably the most disturbing story of them all, Sweeney Todd, the demon barber of Fleet Street. And I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but Sweeney Todd is actually a fictional character. He first appeared as the villain within the Penny Dreadful series, The String of Pearls, around the mid-1800s. Who wrote the original tale of Sweeney Todd, or The String of Pearls, remains a mystery, but many have credited James Malcolm Rymer and Thomas Prest as being the creators and authors. They may have got the idea from a French legend that circulated during the 1400s of a cannibal barber that operated for some time from a small shop in a suburb of Paris. This barber in question had a particular taste for students, and upon entering the cellar, officers were met with large stone slabs and bloodied tools, with various human body parts strewn about the place. Apparently, he was supplying the neighbouring shop with human meat, who would bake them into pies. Perhaps only a legend, but this gruesome tale definitely originated from somewhere, as most great legends and stories do. In the original version of the tale that we all know today, Todd is a barber who kills his victims by slitting their throats with his razor and dispatches them by way of pulling a lever as they sit in his barber's chair. His victims fall backward or forward through a revolving trapdoor into the depths of the squalid cellar of his shop. That's where their fate of feeding Londoners at very cheap prices awaits. Mrs. Lovett, his partner in crime, assists him in disposing of the bodies by baking them into meat pies and selling them to the unsuspecting customers of her pie shop. Charles Dickens must have been a fan, because he made reference about pies filled with kittens in the Pickwick Papers and Martin Chuzzlewit. In that particular novel, Tom Pinch is convinced that country visitors to London are regularly lured into unfamiliar quarters where they are made meat pies of, or some horrible thing. Sweeney Todd possesses a dual personality that sets him apart from traditional protagonists. On one hand, he is a cunning and vengeful barber seeking retribution for perceived wrongs. On the other hand, he is portrayed as a sympathetic, tragic soul. This duality between his murderous actions and his relatable human emotions creates a sense of ambiguity that draws readers and audiences into his twisted world. The story of Sweeney Todd has captivated audiences since its conception. From books, movies and stage performances, it has always been a firm favourite, particularly with fans of the macabre, and many believe in the tale to be true. In modern culture, this gruesome tale continued as a highly successful stage musical written by Stephen Sondheim in 1979. The show has endured for years, and many famous actors have trod the boards playing the part of Sweeney and Mrs. Lovett. from Len Carrier, Dennis Quilley, Sheila Hancock and Angela Lansbury, to name a few. The Demon Barber also transfers easily to the big screen, with interpretations by a surprisingly diverse range of actors such as Todd Slaughter, Ben Kingsley, Ray Winston, and in the fantastic Tim Burton screen adaptation of Sondheim's musical, Johnny Depp with the mesmerising Helena Bonham Carter as Mrs. Lovett. In modern literature, Sweeney has appeared in Terry Pratchett's Dodger as a barber traumatised by his experiences as a surgeon in the Napoleonic Wars. Suffering from PTSD, he believes that his customers are dead, resurrected soldiers he could not save, and it leads him to kill them. Most recently, Sweeney makes a cameo appearance as an actual demonic barber in London Gothic the graphic novel, supplying Mrs. Lovett with fresh human meat, who uses it to rear baby demons that then go on to cause chaos in Victorian London. I will leave you with a few lines from the macabre lyrics of the fantastic Sondheim musical. And next time you're feeling peckish and spot a shop that sells pies, make sure to have a glance around and check if there is a barber's shop close by. Attend the tale of Sweeney Todd. He served a dark and a vengeful God. What happened then? Well, that's the play, and he wouldn't want us to give it away. If you would like to know more about London Gothic, the graphic novel, please check out our website. And if you'd like to see more on the history and origins of our other characters that appear in the novel, please like and subscribe. So until next time, God bless you.